The translation of
Ça va bien, merci.
is fine, thank you. However, you are literally saying, it's going well, thank you. The way to say, I'm fine, is to literally say, it's going, which is
Ça va. Ça va?
is used to ask, how are you? And to answer, I'm fine. Do you remember how to say, I'm fine?
Ça va.
Listen carefully.
Bien.
Means, well. Let's hear that one more time.
Bien.
Okay, now try to say, well.
Bien.
Do you remember how to say, I'm fine?
Ça va.
Okay, now try to say, well.
Bien.
Can you figure out how to say, it's going fine, which will literally translate to, it's going well?
Ça va bien.
Now, let's learn thank you. Ready?
Merci.
Let's hear it again.
Merci.
What's the way to say thank you?
Merci.
Do you remember how to say, I'm fine?
Ça va.
Okay, now try to say, well.
Bien.
What's the way to say thank you?
Merci.
Okay, now try to say, it's going fine.
Ça va bien.
Here's a challenge. Try to say, fine, thank you. Or the literal translation, it's going well, thank you.
Ça va bien, merci.
Now let's learn very.
Très.
Nice. Now practice saying very.
Très.
Sometimes in English, when we talk about how someone is doing, we use good and well interchangeably. In French, you will always use
Bien.
well to describe how someone is feeling. So be sure to use this word regardless of how we say it in English. Good job so far. Now, think of the way to say very good.
Très bien.
This is how you say, yes.
Oui.
Now try and say, yes.
Oui.
Now, how do you think you would say, yes, I'm doing very well?
Oui, ça va très bien.
Okay, now try to say, very good.
Très bien.
How do you say, yes, I'm doing very well?
Oui, ça va très bien.
Listen to the way you would say, no.
Non.
Let's hear that again.
Non.
Now, how do you say, no?
Non.
This is how you say, not.
Pas.
Let's hear you say, not.
Pas.
Up for a challenge? How would you say, no, not very well?
Non. Pas très bien.
Not is actually composed of two words in French.
Ne.
And
Pas.
in this case, the whole sentence would be,
Je ne vais pas très bien.
I'm not that good. But here, as we avoid repetition of the verb, French people only use.
Pas.
Okay, now try to say, very good.
Très bien.
How do you say, yes, I'm doing very well?
Oui, ça va très bien.
Now, how do you say, no, not very well?
Non. Pas très bien.
Now, let's learn and.
Et.
How do you say, and?
Et.
Here's a good question. How would you say, and you, in a formal situation?
Et vous?
Okay, now try to say, very good.
Très bien.
How do you say, yes, I'm doing very well?
Oui, ça va très bien.
Now, how do you say, no, not very well?
Non, pas très bien.
What's the formal way to say, and you?
Et vous?
Nice. Now practice saying, very.
Très.
Now try and say, yes.
Oui.
Now, how do you say, no?
Non.
Let's hear you say, not.
Pas.
How do you say, and?
Et.